Kaboom! Look at the real explosions, the real practical effects, the real stunt work in action here. 80s action movies, the golden age for action cinema. I take nothing away from modern action films, some of them are fairly decent, but nowadays the modern action movies are over bloated with stupid CGI to a point it feels like you're watching a video game, not an action movie. They just don't look believable. No modern action heroes come close to the class of the 1980s. Sit back, grab a bowl of popcorn and join me, Ash from Player One, press start as we journey back to a simpler time, a better time, a green screen free time, and count down the 10 greatest 80s action movies of all time. For this list, we're using only one movie per franchise. Every entry will have a different actor in the lead role, otherwise good old Arnie Schwarzenegger would make up most of the top 10. The original and best of the Indiana Jones trilogy. We don't talk about the Kingdom of the Crystal Shites or the Dial of Destiny Shites. What were they thinking with that tripe? Raiders of the Lost Ark sees good old Indiana Jones race across the globe in an attempt to beat the arch villains, those pesky little Nazi bastards, and find the long lost Ark of the Covenant. Cue some amazing set pieces shot in some beautiful worldwide locations, Harrison Ford being chased by a gigantic big bull and getting into some fisticuffs with some Nazi cannon fodder. All played out to one of the most iconic and recognisable music scores in movie history. One of the best 80s films. I mean, who doesn't like watching a Nazi getting his head tenderised by an airplane propeller? Beautiful. Riding high after 1983's brilliant Delirious, Eddie Murphy followed it up with arguably his best and well-known movie to date. All the snowflakes and morality police out there will tell you Beverley Hills Cop is a little bit politically incorrect. But they're snowflakes, so just ignore the fuckers. It's a film of its time. Get the fuck over it. Eddie completely smashes it as Axel Foley, the out-of-town and out-of-place detective drawn to Beverly Hills in search of his childhood friend's killer. Whilst the action is some of the best you'll find in any 80s movie, it's the comedic sensibility of the main man Eddie that really makes this movie, especially the hilarious scenes with Sergeant Taggart and Billy Rosewood. This is not a buddy cop movie, this is a threesome cop movie. That doesn't sound right, does it? Oh well, I'm going with it. We couldn't have an 80s action list without including Mr. Jackie Chan. Before Hollywood dug their claws into Mr. Chan and got him making shite like the Medallion, Jackie was slogging it out in Hong Kong, making real action flicks. Instead of making traditional kung fu movies set in ancient China about drunken masters or half lives of kung fu, Jackie combined his kung fu expertise and went into full-on blockbuster mode and broke the mould. The action in Police Story is full-on, what you see is what you get. It's explosive, action-packed and a thrill ride from start to finish. The choreography of the fight scenes is some of Jackie's best to date, and when you factor in Mr. Chan did pretty much most of the stunts himself, your appreciation for the film only deepens. Go on, Jackie Chan! The best buddy cop film ever made, hands down. Whoever cast Mel Gibson and Danny Glover deserves an Oscar. Is there an Oscar for casting? Not sure. Well, if there was, they would have won it that year. Lethal Weapon, the story of a suicidal cop and a man counting down the days till retirement. We've all been there, right? Mel and Danny just nail it on screen, they really do. If it wasn't a film, you'd actually believe they were best mates. That's how good their camaraderie is in this film. And number 2, 3 and 4, honestly, they could make a number 5 with all the CGI bells and whistles, and it would still work because of Riggs and Murtaugh. By no means the first buddy cop film. There were a shitload before this, but in my opinion, this is easily the best of the best. Fingers crossed for a retirement home themed number 5. Big Trouble in Little China is what the 80s was all about. Over the top ridiculousness on another level. It's just crazy, stupid popcorn fodder that takes you away from the normality and tediousness of being a living, breathing flesh bag of water. As a prepubescent kid watching this, I was transported away from the wonders of the magical Chelmsley Wood and its world famous snot on a stick, and plonked into a world of kung fu kicking magicians. I love John Carpenter films, and I've always had a soft spot for my man Kurt Russell, so when the two combine, I'm always there. Big Trouble in Little China edges Escape from New York on this list because it just has more going on, and a little Chinese dude runs upside down in an archway. Blew my mind as a kid, that did. So we're 5 down, 5 to go. Go grab yourself a brew and a snack, and whilst you're doing that, why not hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The top 5 movies are all worthy of number 1, and honestly it was really difficult ranking them in the right order, but I've made my choices, so let's crack on with the top 5. And taking the number 5 spot is Robocop. Where do I start with Robocop? 9 years old I was when I first watched this, and what an incredible movie it was. Poor old Officer Murphy was completely pulverised and mutilated by Clarence Boddicker and his motley crew, and forced to eat baby mush for the rest of his life, the poor bastard. Robocop tracks down his assailants and takes them out in some epic action sequences. The future aesthetic, the action scenes, the violence completely blew my mind. Peter Weller nails it as Robocop, but it's Ronnie Cox and Kurtwood Smith who take the acting limelight as the evil and menacing criminals Dick Jones and Clarence Boddicker. A cult classic, Robocop is an all-time 80s action great, and who can forget this quality line?
I'd buy that for $1.
Poor old John Rambo, you gotta feel for him in this film. The guy just can't catch a break. A decorated Vietnam vet on a pilgrimage to meet one of his old army chums, he stumbles across the idyllic and sleepy town of Hope. But it turns out the local sheriff doesn't like tramps, so arrests him for vagrancy. What a mistake. What follows is the best cat and mouse survival movies ever made, as Rambo tries to escape the law and goes into full-on Green Beret rage mode. I absolutely love this movie. The action sequences, the beautiful location, the tense and suspenseful scenes of Rambo's fight for survival. Sly Stallone gets a lot of stick for his acting, but in First Blood he created one of the most iconic action figures in modern cinema. He's brilliant in this film, and that's why it's number 4 on my list. Adrian! Not just one of the best action movies of all time, but also one of the best Christmas films. Yeah, it's a Christmas film. Christmas is at the very heart of Die Hard's DNA. Christmas songs, Christmas trees, Christmas party, ho 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 on a dead terrorist shirt. Yep, it's Christmas alright. John McClane is his name, and yippee-ki-yay motherfucker is his game. Set in the Nakatomi building on Christmas Eve, a group of terrorists led by Hans Gruber, played by the brilliant late great Alan Rickman, storm and take over the building, and it's left to old Brucey boy to save the day. And my god, does he save the day in some of the most explosive action set pieces committed to film. This film is an absolute action masterpiece from start to finish. It would have easily been number 1 on this list if it wasn't for the amazing quality of the top 2. Come to think about it, who has an office Christmas party on Christmas Eve? Don't these people have families to get back to? On this list, nobody can hear you scream. Before the wheels well and truly fell off the Alien franchise, James Cameron gifted us this beast. Aliens, a complete change of tone from the tense, slow burn horror original. Aliens is just pure action carnage as Ripley once again takes on the xenomorphs, but thousands of them this time, with the help of some badass colonial marines all armed with the amazing sounding pulse rifles. This film never lets up. It's full on, in your face action. The sets, the costumes, the alien designs, the special effects, the music, the acting. I can't say enough good things other than this film has it all and then some. Bill Paxton smashes it as he always does with some brilliant one-liners as Private Hudson.
Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
In a time when people are harping on about there being no strong women in lead roles, I'll just say this: Ripley has been kicking ass since 1979. Job done. It was number 1 in my list of top 10 Arnie movies, and now it's number 1 in the greatest action movies of the 80s. We've counted down some truly amazing action heroes on this list, some true legends of cinema, but nobody comes close to Arnold Schwarzenegger in the action movie genre. He is, simply put, the greatest action hero of all time, and Predator is easily his and the 80s best action movie of all time. Predator just has everything: the best action, the best setting, the best weapons, the best alien enemy, and the best action hero in Arnie. Put it all together, whack it in the oven for 107 minutes and serve. Delicious. No other action movie comes close to dethroning Predator. It's aged amazingly, even if it does come across as a little homoerotic with all the bodies and bromances on show. The best 80s action movie of all time, and the best movie of all time for me. Do yourself a favour, watch this on IMAX, it will blow your minds. Result. And that's my list for the top 10 action movies of the 1980s. I'm sure many of you will have your favourites, and I'd love to hear if you agree or disagree with my choices. So please, as always, hit me up in the comments with your favourites. Hit the like button and subscribe to Player One Press Start Gaming for more amazing top 10 lists, video games, movies, music, and much, much more. Thanks for watching, guys, and until the next time, see ya!
Videos and I am